Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking all things fragrances. I've never done one of these videos on my channel, yet I'm totally obsessed with fragrances. I have a huge fragrance collection. I'm a strong believer in having a fragrance for every occasion and having seasonal fragrances as well. So there are more fragrances I'm drawn to in the winter time versus the summer, and like spring versus autumn. And then when it comes to wanting to feel a certain mood, I have fragrances for that. So I'm looking at my fragrance collection over there in beside me, and it's near my wardrobe, and I specifically wanted it beside my wardrobe. So it is a fragrance wardrobe, you know, you pick your outfit, you pick your fragrance, and you are good to go. So with that being said, today I thought I would pick out some of my favorite fragrances for Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day, in case you guys were needing some inspiration. If you want to smell sexy, sensual, seductive, then definitely keep on watching, because the things that I have selected, they are not the most obvious, and I feel like most every video people say the same fragrances. This is a little bit something different. Who wants to smell like everybody else? And you will be surprised, like the notes in there and the longevity of some of these fragrances that are just absolutely beautiful. So with that being said, if you want to know more, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I could talk on and on about fragrances, but I firstly just want to talk about a candle fragrance that I just want to give a little shout out. It's this fragrance here from Nostalgique, and this is the Venice Petalo di Rosa fragrance. It smells amazing. I got this last Valentine's Day. So this is a friend of mine, this is her brand, and what she does so well is that she captures like moments and feelings in a fragrance. Inside, I don't want to pour out the wax, but you can see it's pink inside. I've got her other fragrances, like I've got her Ibiza one, I have one of her, I think is it Dubai one, and it's black and gold. And every time I light these fragrances, I just feel like I'm being completely transported to somewhere else. Scents definitely relax you, calms you, and this one I really like because whenever I light it, it just has that sweetness in the air. It's almost like, I don't know, it's like a come hither kind of scent. It smells amazing. So I like to always burn this whenever I have like date nights with my boyfriend. If we're having like a nice evening together, then this one definitely comes out, and I thought I'd bring this out now that we're talking about fragrances. Show, put it pride of place there. And the fragrances I'm mentioning are going to be really easily available. You can either quickly order them online in time for Valentine's Day, just click express shipping. You can get them at the fragrance shop. I quite like that store because it has a really huge array of fragrances on offer, from like the higher end, mid-range, and more affordable lower end. So if you're, you know, maybe a student and you don't have that much money, there is something there for you. And I also love the fragrance shop because they do some really cool gift sets as well. Equally, you can also just run down to your local drugstore, perhaps Boots or a department store, and grab these this weekend. Or if they're like fragrances that you just want in your collection, it doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day, then you can just buy these online. I will have everything linked down below. Okay, so number one fragrance I want to talk about that I pulled out, this is in no particular order, is the Lancome Idol fragrances. I have loved Lancome fragrances. La Vie est Belle is mine and my mum's fragrance that we share together. We both love it, and it's something special that, like I said, we share. But then Lancome brought out these fragrances here. I know I bought out two because I really like this one for Valentine's Day, but I really wanted to show you the original so you can compare it. I don't actually even think this is the original. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, this is the original. Only because, no, it's not. There's another one. This is the newer version because it has the rose gold backing, but the other one is completely clear, like you can see through it. So, oh my god, I've had this for so long I can't even tell you what it is, but this is the one you need to worry about. This is the one that you need to know, but I just wanted to compare it for scents. So this is the Idol Aura. Beautiful. The packaging's had a bit of an upgrade. This one always falls down. I've actually broken it and glued the lid back together, so I always leave it like this on my perfume stand. This one has got a stand, like if you can see, has a base so you can have it upright and it won't fall down, so well done for them. This fragrance here smells so divine, but the original has rose and jasmine as some of their key features in their fragrance, and I love rose. Rose is probably one of my favorite scents. I love it in most fragrances. I love it in my skincare as well. It's very feminine, and when I say it's very feminine, but it's also powerful. So the whole idea about Lancome Idol is being the person that you want to be, being the woman you want to be. Nothing is out of your grasp, and this fragrance definitely makes you feel very powerful yet feminine. And I feel like if you're somebody who is going, you know, on a date, multiple dates, you're still trying to find the one, it's a good reminder of like spritzing it on and knowing that what you want in terms of like your love life is within your grasp and you can have it all. So it would really make a nice present to either gift yourself or to a loved one, a friend, a family member. So this has a sun-kissed floral top note, so that means it's going to be really nice and sweet. The sun-kissed florals, when petals and flowers have been picked quite late in the year, so it really has absorbed that sunshine. The hot notes are solar rose and dazzling jasmine. Again, two of my favorite fragrances. These are in the heart of all of the Idol fragrances. And then base notes is a kind of, it says here salty vanilla. I sometimes don't really get vanilla in this scent. I definitely get rose and jasmine with this scent. It's definitely fresh, definitely springy, but I like that. I like it if you want to feel feminine, girly, then this is the fragrance for you. But the reason why I picked this for Valentine's Day is if you're going on multiple dates and you really don't know what the guy likes, this is a good bet that he will like anything feminine, soft. This is a great fragrance to lead with. So yeah, I really like this and highly recommend it. I highly recommend both of these, but this one, if you had to choose, this is the one. Okay, so moving on to something a little bit different, a little bit sultry, sexy, and a fragrance not many people have heard of, but oh my god, do they smell amazing. And this is Atkinson. This is a British brand. It is a heritage brand. It has been going on since 1799. If you don't want to smell like anyone else, I feel like I'm kind of revealing a secret, but this is the sort of fragrances that I would definitely go towards. It is an investment, but when I say a little goes a long way, I mean this is 100 ml. This has lasted me for so long. So this is the Tulip Noir. I'll go into the notes in a minute, but for me personally, I like this because it has an air of mystery. It's very woody. I would almost say musky, but more on the kind of smoky woodness, which gives it that sultry smell. I like it has very aromatic flavors, so it's very exotic but deep, very deep. Whenever you wear this, be sure you are going to be capturing the room, because not many people have heard of this. It looks like a men's fragrance, but when I tell you, it smells so good. It's definitely not a men's fragrance at all. I have my fragrance over there of the woman I want to become, but this is the lady of the night, let's say. Like, this is the woman I want to be in the evening. It's so good. It has like tuberose in here that I can smell. And those are the sorts of florals that I love. Patchouli, jasmine, rose, tuberose. It's I know they're quite contrasting, because I know rose and jasmine are quite summery and tuberose and patchouli are quite more deep, but I like to switch things up, as I said. So if you want to come on the room, if you want to be that girl on Valentine's Day, then I highly recommend it, getting this fragrance. So I'll tell you the notes of this fragrance. I've actually got my notes here. It combines floral, woody and aromatic accords. Top notes of coriander, rhubarb and bergamot. Don't let that frighten you. I know coriander, I have actually had it in fragrances and skincare before, and I actually really love it, even though I don't really like the eating it. And then they work to form a bright and bold opening. Notes of jasmine and tuberose in the middle. And finally, the base notes are amberoxin, sandalwood, cedar and musk, and that gives you the smoothness, and this will linger on your skin for hours. This is definitely a fragrance that kind of leaves a trail, which I love. Like, people will, you know, you leave them wanting more basically. This is the fragrance. Okay, next up is a fragrance that, again, not many people have heard of, but you guys have all heard of La Perla, right? Well, La Perla has launched its own fragrance line, and I have one here. This bottle is just so like antique vintage looking, and when I say that, I say it in the best sense of like Hollywood glamour. Like, this is what you would find on their dressing tables. And I've got the scent here, Invisible Touch. This is a uber, again, it's very feminine, but a femininity that is very sexual fragrance. This also has a very powdery smell to it, a bit of fun to it. And the reason why I chose this is, again, just purely for the instance of, you don't want to smell like everybody else. You want to leave him wanting more. And this is a fragrance that is very intriguing, very delicate on the palate, which is great compared to the Tulip Noir. And even though this is a little bit pricey, this bottle is refillable. So once you have this bottle, you can just fill it up as many times as you want. It says here it's a sheer feminine blend that includes sparkling pink pepper, rose petals and ylang ylang. You guys know I like rose, so this is why I like it. Central tones of patchouli and musk as the middle notes. Then the base notes is a wood and musk. You really have different layers of this fragrance, and that is why I like it so much. It's definitely complex. You got the pink pepper, so you've got that spice. How do I describe it? It is just a spicy, fun, girly fragrance. So if you want to be that girl, and very like goddess energy as well, I love that kind of Valentine's Day. I definitely want to exude goddess energy, and then this is the one, because it has a bit of everything. It has the femininity of the rose, the ylang ylang, the patchouli, paired with the pepper that gives it that kind of spicy, that little kick, paired with the musk that's very like mellow and relaxed. Like, that's the vibe I love on a first date, so, or any date with with whoever. So highly recommend giving this a try. Go to Harvey Nichols, smell it for yourself. You'll thank me later. So this one is a new one to my collection, and again, I wanted to give this a mention. I love the Giorgio Armani Sea fragrance. That is my all-time favorite fragrance. I mean, there was a time where that was the only thing I would wear. The only thing. No matter how many times I'd wash it off, that smell. But I didn't want to put it in today's video. I wanted to give you something different, and this is My Way by Giorgio Armani. Look at how beautiful this bottle is. So this is from the fragrance shop. So if you're wondering where can you pick this up, this is from the fragrance shop. I feel like there is a theme in terms of fragrances that I really love a rose colored bottle, rose gold fragrance, and that is because of the notes of rose and other florals that I just really love. This has such a nice sweetness to it that I cannot even describe to you. It lingers, it leaves a trail. Sometimes you can smell this even before I enter a room. That is how powerful this fragrance is. Oh, and by the way, all my fragrances that I have picked out are all eau de parfums. I prefer eau de parfums because I just like the longevity of that fragrance. So just keep that in mind if you see a fragrance but you want an eau de toilette version versus an eau de parfum. Eau de parfum, it just gives you that intensity. It is a more richer fragrance. They do tend to cost a lot more because you get that longevity, which means actually you won't be using as much of your favorite perfume. So all of mine, I always go for an eau de parfum. It just goes with my skin type, and that's another thing you have to consider is like your pH balance. Sometimes an eau de parfum is too much for someone's pH, so that's why they go for an eau de toilette, but I like an eau de parfum. So this fragrance has orange blossom and tuberose, which kind of gives it that very nice creamy velvet floral scent. Very different to anything that I've really got in my collection. It smells really nice, but you do get that tuberose scent in here. And then the base and bottom notes, you have sandalwood and then vanilla. So the vanilla will give that extra layer of that musky sweetness to it, which I really like. So if you want to be feeling like a snack or a whole meal this Valentine's Day, then this fragrance is definitely for you. Okay, so moving on to some fragrances from Kayali. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this is from Huda Beauty's brand with her sister, and I got to know about the brand through this fragrance here called Sweet Diamond. It's Pink Pepper 125. I really love it. It's definitely more of a girls' night kind of fragrance, because I would just say it's a bit too intense, and sometimes men can get a bit blown away from the intensity of a fragrance. So this is more of like my girls' night kind of fragrance. But this one, if you want to feel delicious, edible, this fragrance here, Eden Juicy Apple 01. It has apples in here, it has wild berries, it has raspberries and lychee, which was so unexpected to find out that it had lychee in it. So it gives it a level of sweetness that I've just never really experienced before in a fragrance. It looks nice, it's at a really good size. So this is a 50 ml, so it's really great to pop in your handbag, but you don't need to do that, trust me, because this has the longevity that you need in a fragrance. So if you want to feel like a nice juicy apple for Valentine's Day, if you want to have that kind of energy that says come over and have a little taste, then this fragrance is for you. Okay, so moving on to something fun, I wanted to give this a shout out. It is the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy. This is a girly fragrance. This is fun, this is glamorous. This is a great throwback for me because I used to wear this like growing up. I've got the big size here. I've got the 100 ml. I think it just looks really lovely and feminine. This is a great gift to give as well. And again, you've got really those nice sweet scents. So if you want to have fun, not take things too seriously, if you want to Netflix and chill, then this fragrance is great. So the top notes of this fragrance is wild berry and mandarin orange. The heart notes are honeysuckle, jasmine and gardenia, which again, it just sounds so delicious. Then the base notes is caramel, amber, vanilla, praline and sandalwood. So you've got all those lovely rich sweet notes in here, and it's definitely for the fun girl, the party girl, the glamorous girl. And if you want to be that flirtatious feminine energy for Valentine's Day, then this is a fragrance for you. This is also a really good layering fragrance, and I have to mention that most of these fragrances you can just layer up and create your own bespoke fragrance, and that is great. And this is another really good one that you can layer, and it just has that longevity as well to it, which I love. Finally, now moving on to maybe a more sophisticated fragrance. This is the Mademoiselle from Guerlain, and look at the bottle, look how beautiful it is. You've got this lovely like honeybee, you've got this lovely like beehive design. Guerlain are very known for their bees, and they do a lot to protect the bees. It's a very super feminine fragrance. You've got the little swish, I don't even know what you call this, like little puffy thing that you can use to spritz on your fragrance. It looks beautiful on a nightstand as well. So the top notes we have bergamot and lemon, and a galbanum. I've never heard of that. So it's quite a different top note to most fragrances that I have. Bergamot is really great. It has that heat, that warmth to it, which I really like, because usually with bergamot you associate with like winter, Christmas, so it brings that heat. The heart notes is iris, orange blossom and marshmallow accord. So you've got that sweetness of that marshmallow, which is great. And then the base notes, you've got the vanilla and the white musk. So with the musks, you've got that nice longevity to this fragrance. The vanilla, again, adds a level of sweetness, which is really great. And it is just a very feminine fragrance. I really love it. I've got a huge Guerlain perfume collection. Maybe I'll do a little video on that one day. But this is just super special to me, and I will forever have this in the place of my heart. It is very pricey, I have to say, but again, it's something that you treasure and it evokes a lot of memories for me. So yeah, I definitely love this and keeping it for my date night this weekend. So guys, that is all. I really hope you like this video. I really hope you like this edit of my Valentine's Day fragrances. Fragrances for love, for passion, for confidence, which is I think is so important. And let me know in the comments below which some are your favourites and which actually you have your fancy to. So I'll leave all the links down below so you guys can read up on them a little bit more, or if you wish to buy them for a little treat for yourself or a loved one. If you want to see more of me, then come over to my Instagram page, which is @MonaZeyesBeauty. Come say hey and let me know that you've come from YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.